to another video. And hi, if you're new, my name is Royalti, and today I'm going to be giving you guys the details of my foundation routine. I often get a lot of comments on pictures like that my face is good, which I like hearing. That, my face routine, asking what it is and what I use. I do always put the products I use, but today is just going to be in detail of how I use those products, and just the in and outs. So thank you for watching. Thanks for subscribing. If you aren't already, what really are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button and follow me, you guys, on Instagram to see pictures and all my looks, because not all my looks get a tutorial, like a full in-depth YouTube tutorial. So yeah, follow me on YouTube. Follow me on Instagram, and thank you for watching. Okay guys, we're just gonna get into it. I start off by color correcting with this orange concealer. I use this because I'm dark and I have dark spots underneath my eye and around my mouth, as you can see. So yeah, I just apply this is like literally a few seconds. It doesn't even need to sit at all. Because I've had this tube so long, it's pretty dry in there. So I'm just going to blend this out. This is the foundation that I use, Black Opal True Color Foundation in the color Carob, and I use this Morphe M439 brush. It is a very dense foundation brush. It's done pretty nice. I like to apply my foundation on the brush and just dab it onto my skin and then blend it out from there. I've been using this foundation for so long, you guys. I'm low-key tired of it, but high-key, it's just the one foundation that I know works. Like, I know for a fact it'll work. But I did ask for my followers on Instagram to recommend me some, and people did, so I'm gonna try some of those when I have the money. And you guys can still see, you can still see my orange marks, kinda, but it's okay because this is just the beginning. It gets better, I promise. So what I usually do is I mix my concealer, and I've been loving, I do different mixtures all the time, but I think I'm gonna show you guys the one that looked the best in pictures. I'm gonna show y'all this one. So I start off with this fawn concealer from LA Girl Pro Concealer. I think we're all familiar with that concealer. That's like everyone's starting concealer. Remember on YouTube when everybody swore their color was fawn, and honestly, I'm a little too dark for fawn. Like, I make it work. My last look, I used fawn alone because I was in a rush, and it worked. But it's not the most ideal one. It's just really bright and really yellow. So what I do is I apply fawn first, and then I go in with a darker shade. So for my second shade of concealer, I would either use Chestnut from the same LA Girl Pro Conceal, or I use the L'Oreal Infallible one. When I use the L'Oreal Infallible one, it looks super glam. When I use this one, it looks glam, but like a little pulled back. Like, this is super glammy, especially depending on the setting powder I use. So today I'm going to be using the Chestnut concealer from LA Girl Pro Conceal. Right? Yeah, LA Girl Pro Conceal. I just use it like just continuing the already applied concealer. When it comes to my reverse contour, I like to use the darker shade alone. And I don't know if you guys are familiar with a reverse contour. Basically, because I don't contour on myself personally, I like to reverse contour by highlighting this darker. I don't know if you guys can tell, but right here is darker, and so I highlight underneath just to like accentuate the darker part, so that I don't have to apply. I don't have to apply contour. I don't know why I couldn't think of that word. It's because I don't do it. So I let this sit for a little bit. I got this big fan right here. I don't usually blow it in my face, but it's blowing in my face today. But I just let this sit for a little bit so it can dry down and it gives like a more seamless blend. So now I'm gonna blend everything out with this beauty blender I got from Target. Please do not mind this blue stain. It is when I had a horrible time with my pigments and they just we're not gonna talk about it. But blend all this out with a beauty blender or whatever tool you prefer. After I blend that part out, you guys can see how this place is like already warmer, even though I haven't applied contour or bronzer. Honestly, I think this is to an individual person because I do makeup on other people too, and I've noticed this kind of warmth and depth is not on everybody's faces. Like, it just depends on your face. And this is my foundation routine, and this is what works for me. It's what I do. So, you know, I feel like you just gotta figure out your face, you know. Some people look great in contour. I don't necessarily like it on myself. It just feels and looks really harsh and anemic to me on my face. Next, what I like to do is not really set my face, just spray my face with the dewy setting spray. This is the one from Ulta Beauty. So when it comes to setting powder, I alternate between my my Maybelline Fit Me powder and this Queen Cosmetics one. This one, the Maybelline one, gives me it's more skin-like, and this one is more brightening and highlighting. So honestly, it depends on the kind of look I'm going for that day. So today I'm going to use my Queen Cosmetics one, and this is in the shade Caramel. I'm gonna link their website in the description box below because they are a small brand. And yeah, and what I do is set my face. If you've been following me or pay attention to my makeup application, you can probably saw that I don't bake. It's not because I had tried baking for a long time. Y'all remember when baking first came out? Everybody and their mama and their sister and their aunties and their brother was baking, and I tried that, and it just used to leave such a ugly cast. And I would still do it because everybody was doing it. I was like, this must be right. I must be doing something wrong. Everybody's baking. It works for everybody. It must work for me. But honestly, that's not how makeup works, which is why I talked a little bit about my reverse contour and how it works on my face, because, you know, not the same thing is going to work on everybody. The next thing I like to do is bronze. I bronze with my True Complexion contour palette. Funny how I don't contour, but it's a contour palette. But this is the contour shade, and this is the sculpt shade, which is kind of like bronzer, and that's what I use. This one right here. This just makes me look so warm, and it gives a contour, but it's not harsh. I think that's why I like bronzing better and I say I don't contour, because this gives a contour, but it's not. Y'all know how harsh a contour can look like. It's not harsh. Like, you see the difference? Do you see the difference? Like, there's a difference. And I do this to, you know, my cheekbone, the hollows of my cheeks, and the sides of my face. And I like to do underneath my chin, just so, you know, my face shape is just giving, you know. Because like I said, this is like a contour that doesn't contour. Do you guys see the difference in my face shape? Like, even looking forward, see how a little more defined my jaws are, even though I didn't contour. The next thing I like to do is set underneath my contour where I applied my bronzer and where I applied my concealer when I was reverse contouring at first, to accentuate this warmth and deftness in my face. I let this sit for like a minute, not too long, because I don't want it to leave like such a bright white cast. Some people like that. That's not really my thing. And while we wait, I'm gonna pick out a lash. And once I have, you know, done this, I'm going to use this big fan brush that I got in the Amazon kit, or like brush set, when I was like way younger. And I dusted it all off. Next, I move on to lining my lips. I usually use a dark brown, but this is a chocolate brown, and I don't mind. This one matches the actual color of my lip outline better. So before I apply my highlighter and apply my lip gloss, I'm going to set my face again with the dewy setting spray, and then I'm going to follow up with a matte setting spray. I'm actually going to follow up with two because I'm liking these two together. This one is, the Morphe one, and this one's from my beauty supply store. It just lasts longer, and I'm here for that. And I'm going to highlight with this highlight shade from the same Contour palette. This is just a highlight shade. It doesn't have a name. It's just called highlight. I feel like this is great for my skin tone. This is why I like their palettes. It tells you the skin tone. It just works really well. Sometimes I mix it with other highlighters, but today she's going solo. I like to highlight the center of my face, just the forehead, nose, and chin, and of course on my cheeks. So I feel like it's too much on my forehead, which I'm conscious of. I go in with my foundation brush. I don't add any more on it. I just like tap on top of it to like tone it down a little bit. If you want your lip gloss to be super glossy and you don't want to spend money like that for real, this one is from the beauty supply store. Like we all know it. And it provides very nice shine, and it's cheap. Final look. I had to pull out the curls for a second, just a little stop. Okay guys, but for real, this is the look. This is my face routine. Every once in a while I change a few things. I don't always use this powder. Sometimes I use this powder. Like I said earlier, I don't always use the chestnut concealer. Sometimes I use this concealer, and that does changes it a little, but everything else I told you is the same. Like the process is the same, the setting spray I use is the same, the foundation is the same, like just the steps are the same. So yeah, that is it. Thank you for watching, and I hope you guys enjoy. My next video is either going to be a vlog. I think it's a vlog. Actually, I think the vlog comes before this one, and my next video is whatever you guys want it to be. So comment down below what you want to see on this channel. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time.